Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Will Faulkner. I'm a photographer based in Melbourne, Australia. At the moment, I specialise in portraiture and commercial product photography. Now today I'm doing an on-site family portraiture session. What that basically means is I booked a venue away from my home studio. I needed a bit more space for this, so I booked a large room in an old manor house in Melbourne, Australia, where I live. And I found this on creativespaces.net, I think it is, something like that. And it was quite cost effective. I've booked a half day, which is 4 hours, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The shoot, I allowed 2 hours for the shoot and 1 hour either side for setup and pack up. The shoot actually took a bit less than that, probably an hour and a half. And that was two parents and two kids about the same age, the kids about the same age, and it went really well. I'll take you through the setup that I've got here. In the background here is a Profoto Deep XL umbrella with diffusion panel on it, and a Profoto B10X Plus, the latest 500 watt battery strobe from Profoto, and that held up really well. One battery, no problem at all for the whole 2 hour shoot. I've got a bounce card over there as well, a huge 5-in-1 reflector that I use for full body bounce, and that's pretty much it. I have got a background light as well, which I'll just show you. The background light is actually a slave triggered, I don't know if that's in focus there, a optical slave triggered Godox AD200 Pro, and I've kind of jerry-rigged or MacGyvered a reflector onto the front of it just to guide the light onto the background there. I was using the background light off and on. Some of the shots I just wanted the classic Rembrandt lighting, and some I wanted a background light. So I was sort of just I was able to flick that on and off, and I quite like that. What I do is just stick this behind the subject like that. The subject sits in front right here, and you get illumination on the background. It comes up quite well. You've got to kind of snoot the lighting a little bit, which is why I've got this reflector on here. So yeah, these little slave flashes, I've got a couple of them. They work really, really well. There's the big one. I just purchased this umbrella. I actually got it used off Facebook Market, and I saved some money. So that did really well today. I'll put up the time lapse of me setting it up. It was not easy to set up for the first time. I'm sure I'll get faster and faster setting it up. And there's my bounce reflector there. So the shoot went really well. I learned a lot from this one. This is the first on-site, full-blown family portraiture setup that I've done. I brought all my gear. I bought a ton of gear, way too much than I needed, because I was a little bit concerned I might not have what I wanted. What I would change definitely next time is not use a canvas backdrop, just use a paper roll backdrop, the 2.7 metre grey seamless paper, neutral grey, which I'm going to purchase. I just couldn't purchase it for this shoot because it's Easter and all the shops were closed. I tried my best to purchase one, and then you can just Photoshop in the texture onto the background and make it look like canvas. It's a hell of a lot easier than carting around a full-size canvas backdrop. But saying that, it was fun. It was fun to use this canvas backdrop. I've had this backdrop for about 10 years, and I don't think I've ever had a chance to use it in a full sweep like that. I've always just had people hard up against it, up against the wall. So it was actually good fun to use it today. I did learn a lot about what to have on set and what not to have. Let's talk about that real quickly. You want to have tea and coffee. I found it was important to have tea and coffee and snacks for the kids, just to give people a rest between the posing. So you might do, the family shot and then have a rest, and then the kids and then have a rest, and then mum then have a rest. And you've got to have tea and coffee, you've got to have snacks, you've got to have music playing. I've got a couple of books for the kids, and you've got to have chairs for everyone. Make sure there's room to sit down, a table for yourself, make sure that you've got a table for your gear. I actually learnt quite a lot from this shoot. It's like a bit of a bomb site in here at the moment, but it went really well. What I didn't have time for is the multiple light setups. Actually, look at this. I bought a bird cage that I found in Hard Rubbish, and I've actually I think that's going to come up really well, that shot. What I didn't have time for was multiple light setups. I wanted to do an overhead light, so booming this out. You can see it's on a boom set up there on a C-stand. I wanted to make that overhead and have it sort of coming, not flat, but sort of tilted a little bit where it illuminates the background, and that's sort of almost a butterfly lighting. But I just didn't have time. There was just no time to do that, and I wanted to use my collapsible beauty dish as well. There was no time to do that. You know, pumping through the poses that I wanted, what I've learned was really one light setup is enough in a 2-hour time frame. Perhaps if you've got one person, if you're just shooting one person, like one child or one parent, in a shoot, that'll be fine. But there was absolutely no time to change the lighting setups in this particular shoot. So yeah, don't be afraid of doing these on-site portraiture sessions. They're a bit of fun. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.